The week between Christmas and New Year we spent here in Beckway. We didn't go anywhere, we just enjoyed the time on board. And you know what? Time flies. So suddenly there was New Year's Eve. And we had made reservation on the newest restaurant in Beckway called Open Deck. Open Deck is run by the Swedish girl called Natalie. She's a great girl. You know, nothing is a problem to her. Our reservation was first 3, then 5 people. Suddenly we added 2 and ended up being 9 around our table. But she managed this very well. She just added table and chairs and changed things until we could sit down and have a very, very nice evening together here on Open Deck. What a great girl. On Open Deck, you feel more like family than a guest actually. And in the kitchen rules Magnus and Patrick. You know, and after dinner, after serving this fabulous dinner to us, Magnus came down to have a chat with us all. And he said there was no problem. This is not difficult at all, you know. So Connie said to him that he thinks he should come and drive his excavator to see how easy it is. The clock struck 12 and 2017 turned into 2018. The train horns on the super yachts in the bay sounded high in the night. And then we started singing. A couple of days later, it was time for us to leave Beckway. So we settled the bill with Fitz, called Fat Shack. You know, this is a great guy. He became our friend during our stay here in the Caribbean. And we trust his mooring here in Beckway. He's a diver and I've seen him check them regularly. So, if we have any kind of problems, we talk to this guy. The evening before we left Beckway, the supermoon was up and shining. You know, it was awesome. It was absolutely beautiful and hardly any wind and yeah, a beautiful night. So we took time to prepare Ultimo. We put the dinghy in the davits, we took away the protection for the sails cover and yeah, do what we normally do the day before we sail. Because tomorrow morning, this family is going to be the early birds. The calm morning turned into a quite windy day actually. And between the islands of St. Vincent and St. Lucia and in the Strait of Beckway, it was very windy. We took a couple of reefs in the Genoa, in the Main and the Mizzen, and you know what? Ultimo delivers every time. She's made for this and you can feel it. She went like a locomotive in the sea. And we managed to overtake even a trimaran and many other boats this lovely day of sailing. So it was great fun. Same afternoon, we sailed into the calm marina, Capella Marina at Marigold Bay. This is the place for the luxury yachts, you know? They love it here. And this must be the biggest day cruiser I've ever seen. Every morning they went out to sea to swim and play, you know. and every evening they came back into Capella Marina. You know, it's the money that makes the world go around, they say. And these people, gosh, do they have money. The cruising lifestyle is really awesome. You know, you make a lot of new friends. Friends for life, I think. Hasse and Karin on the boat Barbasol, and me and Connie in Ultimo. Yeah, we've been friends for over a year now. We actually met here in Marigot Bay. During this year, we've been meeting up on different islands in the Caribbean. We had a lot of nice dinners together and a lot of laughs, you know. But finally, the hard day comes when it's time to go separate ways. And this is the day. Hasse and Karin, they will go south for some time and then sail north and finally back to Sweden. And me and Connie, yeah, we're going into the big blue Pacific. So, now it's time to say goodbye. Under the upper hand, I'm going mad for a couple grams. Just before Christmas, we met Peter and Vicky Forbes from the UK. They also have an ML54, and we met here in Marigot Bay. They told us that they have been doing the Ark World 2 years ago, and now they had charts and pilot books that they offered us to buy. So we did. And we let Peter take our big suitcase back to UK for Christmas. And a couple of weeks later, he came back. And wow, he brought back 17 kilo of charts and 12 kilo of pilot books in our suitcase. Thank you so much, Peter, for actually carrying all this heavy weight on the flight back here. Now we have a lot of nice places to look forward to. This year's Christmas and New Year, that was the best Christmas for a very, very long time. Angelica, who joined us for over 3 weeks. Wow, gosh, she haven't been with us for such a long time since she moved out. And you know what? We had a wonderful time together. The last night before the flight was to take off and bring her back to Sweden, we decided to have a feast together. So we made a reservation on Hotel Chocolat above Soufrier in St. Lucia. You know, this hotel is very special. All food is actually made out of chocolate one way or the other. And it was sensational. If you have the opportunity, I would really recommend you to make a visit. Wow, what a dining experience we had.
Knappa med mig kocken hem. Ja, Janne skulle gilla det.
Det här är väldigt, det är absolut det bästa.
Ja, i köttväg är det här det bästa jag ätit någon gång.
When it was time for us to go back to Marigot, by then it was pitch black outside. Coming here to Hotel Chocolat took us about 1.5 or more 2 hours actually, and going back definitely took 2 hours. But we had a skillful taxi driver waiting for us while we had our dinner, and he had a very comfortable car. So it was quite cozy spending some extra time in that car on the winding road back. You know, it's all part of the big adventure. And we have had a wonderful dinner experience and a fantastic family night out. All things comes to an end, and so did also Angelica's stay with us. We have had 3 wonderful weeks together. So we drove her to the airport in St. Lucia to say goodbye. And now it will take about 1 year before we can see each other again, and that will probably be in New Zealand next time. We will miss you so much, love. The morning after we dropped off Angelica at the airport, we cleared out of the island of St. Lucia and set sail for the French island Martinique, just north of St. Lucia. It's a 3-4 hours sail, and we were lucky this day. We had great sunshine and nice winds. So we arrived in the afternoon in the bay outside the little village of St. Anne, where we rejoined with many of our sailing friends. Early in the morning of the 18th of January, we went on a mission. First we went to Ellen and met with Peter and Jackie. And both dinghies then went out in the bay of Le Marin to meet up with Kes and Anne from the sailing yacht Engla. The 3 dinghies and their crew from the boat of Ellen, Engla and Ultimo is now on a big mission. We will celebrate and surprise our very good friend Björn at the catamaran thing twice, and his wife Nella, of course. It's Björn's 60th birthday, and is he up for a surprise? A real champagne breakfast.
Var är han någonstans?
Ja, vad är du? Ja må han leva, ja må han leva ut i 100:e år. Ja visst ska han leva, ja visst ska han leva, ja visst ska. Björnen sover i sitt lugna bo. Där är han,
God morgon!
I think it was a bit of a shock to Björn to wake up this way. All the banging on the hull and all the singing. But you know, with a little help from the champagne, I think he came around well. And I think it was very appreciated. So congratulations, Björn.